What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Something I've tried to make abundantly clear to you guys in kind of all the content that I put out, whether it's on Twitter with all Amazon or here on this YouTube channel, is that the key to sourcing online arbitrage is really capitalizing on the nuances, right? And we understand that there's a lot of different ways to go about that, right? Whether it be taking advantage of a suppressed buy box, right? Or taking advantage of sort of like a less popular variation, or taking advantage of a product where Amazon is on and off the listing, or taking advantage where there's a dominant seller, right? But the supplement, right, the rest of those sales, the sales that are not going to that dominant seller, or quite enough to make make that listing worth it, right? There's tons of different nuance in the online arbitrage space. And now we could talk about like manufacturing the margin, whether it be through discounted gift cards or shipping to a new sales tax prep center, or I said discounted gift cards, or there's a lot of different ways as well, right? Coupon codes, different sales cycles, those sorts of things. However, I think something that, probably gets left by the wayside is those listings, right? The subset of listings that don't have a sales rank. And I know we've spent some time talking about these sorts of listings and how to approach them, but I definitely wanted to revisit them in today's listing because I do think there's a lot of value in sectoring some of our sourcing focused on no sales tax listings, right? Maybe not every day, maybe not every week, but at least like every couple weeks, we should be dedicating some subset of time of our sourcing to looking for products without a sales rank that are still working and moving well, right? This may be this is, goes back to why it's important to really understand your top 3, top 5, top 10 selling brands, is because we can use those brands as a portal to look for these sorts of products among other sorts of searches, right? So we're here on Keep a Product Finder, right? And we're going to start with clicking this sales rank, no sales rank button at the top here, right? It starts super simple. We are left with over 700 million products on the Amazon catalog that simply don't have a sales rank, right? But we understand that most times when a product doesn't have a sales rank, they just simply don't sell, right? No consumers are buying them, and so Amazon doesn't register that they're actually selling and they don't have a sales rank, right? So we want to filter out. Obviously, we don't want to go through 700 million products. We want to filter out the subset of products, and it's going to be small, of this 700 million that are actually selling, right? And understanding that sales rank is typically our velocity metric, right? Obviously, seller rank correlates a sales rank to an estimated number of sales, the 1,000, the 2,000, 5,000, whatever we're used to seeing, right? So we need a sort of a backdoor approach to understanding and kind of proving the velocity of the products that we're looking at, right? So we want to find the subset of the products that are still moving, right? So we could scroll all the way down and sort of like, and this is how variations work as well. The backdoor approach to validating velocity is with the reviews, because we know that customers review products ever so often when they buy them, right? Products that buy more get more reviews. Products that don't sell do not get reviews. So we could use the review count as sort of a quantifiable metric to validating and to finding what portion of these 700 million products are actually selling, right? So we could start off with just an arbitrary 50 reviews, and we know that 50 reviews is going to cut into this pretty substantially, right? So that's down to 2 million products. So over 609 whatever million of those products don't move. We could continue to increase this, right? We can use, do 100. 1.6 million, but we could also use a different lens, right? And this is why it's really important to understand what you're good at, understand your bread and butter, understand the source of products that you have a history of selling and doing well on, right? Because from here, instead of simply just increasing this review number until this gets down to manageable, a couple thousand, a couple hundred, whatever it is, we can use a simultaneous filter to really fulfill and really complement our search, right? So whether that be a category like grocery, toys, clothing, shoes, whatever it may be, or maybe it's a brand, right? And so for this case, let's dig into something obvious a lot of you guys are probably familiar with is clothing, right? So we can use clothing, but more specifically, we're going to identify some of the big brands inside clothing that we want to understand, that we want to dig into more. So we'll do Nike, we'll do Adidas, and we'll leave it at that, right? Because that's 5,600 products that have 100 reviews. And so we'll increase this a little bit more, if we can find the review filter again, just to get this down to like less than 1,000 or 2. So we could set this at 500, and that should do the trick. 3,000, good enough. All right, so at this point, let's kind of evaluate where we're at as when it comes to our results. Right, and so as we start to kind of go through our results here, something big becomes pretty apparent, right? We're kind of it's working as we expected, right? Because if we take this as an example right here, right, we see the sales rank used to exist, right? Sale and the product is selling, you know, between 170 and 200, something like that, upwards of 275 at some points. But there was a sales rank not even a couple weeks ago, and so we don't need really any more validation that this product is moving, other than we can see it in the history and there's a price point and that things are offers going in and up, right? So we could from here we could take a couple different approaches, right? There's kind of, again, apart from the sales rank, no sales rank, products moving, products not moving, right? There's even a further subset in the products without a sales rank that are moving, and that's products that the sales rank has just shut off, and products that never really have had a sales rank. Products with that never really have had a sales rank are a little bit harder to validate. But you notice here, the sales rank has just gotten shut off. The sales rank just went off, right? So if we click into here, the size 10.5, sales rank was 125, 106, right? I mean, the product's moving, and obviously there's only one seller, but we could see, and there was a sales rank, and the product is selling. Now, it's weird that there's only one seller on and off here. However, if this is a product that we can find, it's pretty apparent that we're going to be able to sell pretty quickly, right? So we'll do a quick Google search here. It looks like Go StockX. They're probably buying from Go to StockX, which we don't want to do, right? That's something that probably when it comes to like proving authenticity, it's a little bit more challenging. So we're going to skip this product. But if you notice that we've kind of established another filter that we may want to use, and it's products that don't have a sales rank but have historically had a sales rank. So if we would set a maximum 100K sales rank 90 days ago, is that 10,000? That's 10,000. This is 100K. Yep. We dug into our results even more. So now we're looking for a very, very refined sort of product. Nike, Adidas branded, that has 100, 150 reviews, whatever we set, that doesn't have a sales rank now, that used to, if we span out 90 days, had a sales rank, a max of 100K. And so now the products that we are going to come across, we know are moving because they have recently had a sales rank, and that sales rank was favorable, right? And so really the only thing that's left to do is essentially find the product, right? Because we've added so much nuance, so much complexity to our product, that these sorts of products are not going to be found, right? They're not going to be actively being sourced because right here, this scares away a lot of people. This scares away a lot of sellers. And you notice here, sales rank has just shut off, but we know for a fact that this product is moving a bunch. And so if this is something that we can find, we know it's going to be profitable. Again, eBay, Caltone, I've never heard of Caltone, but maybe $70 can boost it. But the buy box is, what is it? It's 88 pretty consistently. Yeah, so we'll need to buy this somewhere between probably 55, 50, somewhere in that range. Probably more of an outlet play if you come across this sort of product in the outlets. Definitely pick it up. Nike out of stock 80. Maybe not the same product, but you understand what we're getting at, right? The sort of product that we're going to find is automatically and instantly more warm, right? Because the sales rank and these sorts of things, the added complexity in which that we've kind of instilled in our product. Something like this. Sales rank is off, price is high. If we find this, it's probably going to be profitable. All right, so we've eliminated a lot of things that are going to get in the way in terms of like how we're going to make money on these products. Again, if we can find this, probably not 30, 25, but again, the point still remains. And you can use this sort of search for anything, whether it be beauty, whether it be grocery, whether it be toys, whether it be another brand within clothing, right? Another brand within sports and outdoors. This sort of search, if you do it in the, couple weeks, every 10, 15 days, I think you're going to really benefit the time investment that you make looking for these sorts of products. And it's just going to add another layer to your catalog that's going to take your business to the next level.